every now and then you just throw on something and it just catches you off guard. It could be the filmmaking, could be the style, it can be a lot of things, and definitely when it comes to this Alejandro Jodorowsky box set, I've put off watching it for a little while because I know that it's not going to be a typical kind of set of movies. And I started off with the first entry, Fando and Lis, which is Jodorowsky's directing debut, came out in 1968. And it is a surreal, dreamlike, almost nightmare kind of movie. And we have our two protagonists, which there is a loose story here to follow, which is Fando and Lis. Fando is always pushing Lis about in a cart because she's a paraplegic, carrying her around various scenes, and it's basically him and her looking for this mythical city of Tar, where everything will be fine and they will be happy and Lis will be able to walk again and everything's going to be rosy, and it's just about the journey getting there. And it's a tale that kind of touches on codependence and how these two people kind of antagonise each other, but they do have a love for each other, they do have that connection. It's about the brutality of man. Everybody they discover either wants, takes or abuses these people in some way or fashion, and it's just a movie that really is hard to get a grasp of on one watch. It's probably the most unsure I've been of a film since Hard to Be a God, which is one that I didn't even bother reviewing because it was just, I don't even know how I feel about it. And that's similar to this. It's not a straightforward narrative. It's not straightforward in any way, shape or form. It's a movie that just has to wash over you and create a feeling and maybe spark some thoughts and ideas through some of its abstract imagery or some imagery which is right on the nose. And it's a movie that its visual tale is told in such a sparse idea. This is a kind of worn land. There's lots of dirt and grime. The people in amongst it are all really strange and odd and have their own kind of way of moving throughout this world. There's not a great deal of language other than the chats between Lis and Fando. There is some people that pop up with dialogue, but it's all about this super quick cutting, these abstract images, this unbelievable sense of sound creation throughout it, where there's horribly disgusting sounds raised and manipulated, like the opening scene where you have Lis eating a flower. It's just, well, if you watch it you'll see it, this horribly amplified sound of somebody chewing, and there's sounds like that of people gorging and things later on. It's all kind of pushed up in the soundtrack. It's a movie that I don't know how to react to. It's a movie that I'm going to have to check out again. It's a movie that has left me thinking some things, but wondering and pondering on more ideas that the movie had. Visually striking, looks very lo-fi but high concept in the way that it's trying to get across its message. Very, very surreal. If this is the kind of thing where you want a straight narrative in a movie, if you want plot points and characters that move from A to B, you're not going to get anything out of this. It's going to be infuriating almost. If you're willing to sit back and be hypnotised by the images and the sound and the repetitive nature and the swinging camera, then it's a movie that is worth giving a shot to. I'm quite curious about going into the rest of Jodorowsky's box set now and see where he goes from here. I'd love to know your thoughts on Fando and Lis. Let me know in the comment box below your thoughts, and I'll see you next time on Man v Film.